What's up everybody, welcome to Moto. Today we're going to disassemble the carburetors and clean them. Alright guys, these are the carburetors with the airbox on top. So today we're going to disassemble all of this and attempt to clean it out. Now it does seem like there's a bunch of gunk everywhere, but generally speaking not too bad. Most of it just comes off without any solvent or anything. So let's see how that goes. First, take off the air box. I'll show you what's in it. We got a filter, or a metal piece that holds the filter. The filter, then a odd metal box. And then directly down into the main chamber here. Okay, so put this stuff aside. We're going to reassemble that. First, let's take that off. So this bit right here currently would sit right in that cavity under the tank. Now my idea is to completely remove it. So this is gone. I'm planning on manufacturing or fabricating a piece to cover this hole, screw it in, and then actually try to make use of these drilled out holes on either side. But we'll see how that goes. So this, until further notice, is garbage. Now for this. We're actually missing a screw over here. That. Actually, I'll keep these screws and I can attach this back on top so I don't lose it. Seems like the alternative is also making a flat piece to just cover this instead of dealing with any of this plastic on top, which might actually work out better because that will give me that extra space in there. Now these rubber bits, we'll have to figure out if they're any good. So this one is definitely ripped because when they drilled the hole they cut into it. Yeah, let's get these cables off. 12 cable. Or no, that one was, what is it? I think that is 12. Okay, so looking from the bottom, this side and this side seem to have had some problems. They're significantly dirtier. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like this one is dirtier than this one. Okay, so I need to take this off. We can do that by loosening that up. I'm gonna strip these if I keep pressing. Okay, well, let's try taking the other shit off. Okay, so these two.
The next day.
Alright guys, so I got the carburetors all separated out. There was a few problems with some of the screws. The last one really did give me a hard time, as you can see. I fully stripped it. So some of these will need to be replaced. Some of them did not seem to be from the same bike. They seemed like they were replaced. Like, for example, we have some that are this length and some that are this length. That doesn't seem right. Either way, they're all separated. The boots from the Carbs seems like these three over here are actually in a reusable condition for the most part. So that's good. This one's kind of deformed a little, but not bad overall. Rubber's still in pretty good condition. The last one though, that one is garbage. This one has been cut on this side when they drilled that hole in the side of the airbox bowl. So that's garbage. The boots at the bottom, they seem to be in okay condition, but I would like to replace them. Now, I did manage to clean one of the carburetors, and that's kind of what it looks like when it's clean. I do plan on giving them a little bit of a bath into some sort of cleaning agent. Now, to compare, this is a carburetor that's not been cleaned. So, looking at that, you can see how much shinier this one is. Back side and this side. Now, you'll notice that this one has a lot of residue on here. That's because this carburetor is one of the ones on either end of the airbox. So the ones close to those holes on the side. So this one got the most garbage in it, and probably that cylinder is going to be in similar condition. The bottom after cleaning. So this is just with carburetor spray and just a little bit of elbow grease, rubbing it down. The inside, you'll notice that this one's missing its internals. They're all in the box here. And the top. So just to show you what's in these, right now I just put 2 screws on there just to keep things together. We'll take that out. So inside you'll find this was not too dirty actually. Cleaned it up pretty good. Here you can see there's still some residue in there. The primary jet goes in here and the secondary in here, or the other way around. I have to double check that. Yeah, pretty sure the big one goes in here. Yeah. The primary jet goes in there. We have the actual butterfly platform, or whatever it's called, valve. And then on top, if we open that up as well, we have this. So in here we had this big thing kind of sitting in there. This was in pretty good condition. The rubber on it is actually in really good condition, so definitely going to be reusing this. As far as inside, there's some residue. Definitely after I give it a soaking, it should clean up, I'm hoping. The spring just had a lot of grime in it, but it's actually in good condition. So this one is actually not bad. Now in terms of the internals, a few things I noticed. The screws that kept this bit in were for the most part pretty stripped, and one of them was actually replaced with a flathead screw. So you have the flathead screw and what it's supposed to be in there. So I'll have to see how much of the thread is messed up and see if I can replace that with something original. Another thing that I noticed, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the 2 screws that hold the flap in place, I guess the previous owner tried to remove them and strip them, so there's no removing those. I'll see, I might just leave them in and just soak it that way. In terms of the jets, we have our primary and our idle jet. The primary didn't have much dirt on it. Can see clean through it. I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, cleaned it out. Seems in pretty good condition. This one is actually a 135. Now the secondary or idle jet was in a bit of a more dirty state. This one is a 40. When I first looked through it, there was no hole, so I had to clean it out. I bought this kit that I posted on Instagram. That helped a lot. It helped me clean out these little holes that you see here, as well as the main hole going through. Sprayed it with a lot of carb cleaner, and yeah, it's pretty clean. So I might soak them in the cleaning solution as well. The little needle thing, the spring is pretty good in it. Cleaned it out. It's in good condition. There's no damage on it, no scrapes. Still pointy, so it's perfect. It's going to definitely be reused. The floater looks in pretty good condition. We'll definitely need to clean it up a little bit, but it's reusable, so we're gonna still use that. So this carburetor is actually in a pretty good state. Just need to soak it and reassemble. In the future, I will probably upgrade the jets in it to bigger ones, since I'm going to be doing more or less a pod setup on this. So as it currently sits, these jets are not enough for the amount of air that's going into there. So those will need to be replaced. Need to replace a bunch of screws. So yeah. Alright, now I'll show you the disassembly of one of these. And kind of what to expect and what we can see when it's dirty. So we have the flap here. This I still haven't quite figured out how to open, but I believe it's in here. And I believe this is the spot where you can pop this guy open, and there is an adjuster screw under it. But for now we're going to keep it. Don't care too much about that. This thing here with the piston, that's okay as well. Probably going to soak it with that in there. So really the only things that we need to take out is this screw here, or this screw here rather, these four, and then these four, and then really spray it with cleaner. There's also something in here that we should probably take out. How was it in the other one? Yeah, I think this adjuster screw should probably be pulled out as well. Okay, so let's begin. We'll start by taking out the top. Thankfully these screws are not stripped, and they're actually not too tight in there. I've seen some videos where people have really tightened these and like really fucked them up. In this case, we're actually good. Oh, I misspoke. This one's kind of starting to strip. Okay, we'll come back to that one. This one's out. Okay, so this one, first let's get some cleaner in there. Clean away some of that grime so that the screwdriver can actually grip properly. Actually, Okay, we're gonna need to maybe use some needle nose pliers. Where'd they go? Okay, if you can't unscrew these, needle nose pop. They shouldn't be that tight in there anyways. Before it screws out. Now careful when you open this, it's spring loaded. There's a big spring in there. Spring, good condition, much like in the other one. The piston bit, oh, this one's real shiny on the inside. Just a little bit of residue. The needle is okay. The rubber, pretty good condition. Yep, this is definitely reusable. A little bit of spray, definitely clean that. Okay, well, that's what we see on the inside. This one's actually cleaner than the other one. This is, I believe, one of the carbs that was sitting in the middle of the box. So actually not too bad. Pretty clean. Okay, let's take the bottom off. One thing it's important to note, the top screws are just screws. The bottom screws actually have a small washer on them. So if you can see it in here. So make sure you don't lose that. Important. Keep things in place. Usually what you find when you open this is where most of the grime is. So, yeah, the floater, actually not too bad. This one's pretty clean. Yeah, pretty good condition. So we have the primary jet, the idle jet. I still have to look up what this is, and this guy here. But yeah. So on here, one thing to note is that there's a rubber gasket, which there we go. You should probably take out and clean independently. The other thing is there's another screw here. So take this guy out. That's a flat head actually. And this one's been screwed all the way in. I'm gonna have to look up what that actually is. It seems to be one of these guys. Here, you can see it. Not sure what it's for, but we'll look it up and let you guys know. So yeah, this just needs a good cleaning. Onto this, the pin that holds this guy in place and makes it bounce is right here. Grab some needle nose and you can just take it up. Don't lose it, it's important. Also, I don't know if you saw me keep my finger on top because this thing is spring loaded. Now you have the floater and the little. So floater on this one, same thing, pretty good. that meant to be like that? There seems to be some like dents in it. I guess that's meant to be like that. The other one bit. Yeah, these are some grooves in it, so I guess give it clearance when it bobs against those things at the bottom. Okay, the little guy. So pretty good. The top moves, so good condition. Yeah, so we're gonna keep this guy as well. And then we have pretty much the jets to take out. Oh, interesting. So, okay. Alright, so the jets, they're flatheads, so. They shouldn't be in there very tight. Just crack them, and you can probably unscrew them by hand afterwards. Main jet. You can see through it. Doesn't have too much grime on it, just needs a little bit of scrubbing. Seems alright. And then idle jet, what do we got? Exterior looks pretty decent. These little holes are slightly plugged up. And looking through it, yeah, just barely a hole. So yeah, we'll definitely need to clean that. And what else do we got here? This will remain. This you could probably take out. Yeah, did I forget anything? Like I mentioned, there was a screw. You have a main jet, an idle jet. Some carburetors have other jets in there to assist with other shit. Which I do have to do some more research on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of these are actually those exact things. This looks like there's a lot of grime in it. And yeah, so just to show you the effects of carb cleaner, you can see this piece versus this piece now that they're completely independent, rather. Yeah, so more or less just spray it. Take a big brush. To get most of the grime off. Use an old toothbrush for getting into like smaller places. And I definitely recommend getting one of these kits. They come with these little brushes, which are perfect for getting into some of these really tight spots and really getting the stuff out of there. So yeah, and you just kind of go with that as much as you can. Clean it out, and then once you're done, I definitely recommend soaking these in something. So far my research shows a few options. Some of them are seafoam, some people are saying soak it in acetone, others were saying soak it in gasoline, which is sounds kind of dangerous. But then when I looked at what's in this stuff, it's a mixture of those things. So I guess there's some merit to all of it. And yeah. Really though, the external is all cosmetic. So this is just for looks. The real carb cleaning is actually we're done with the jets. So just to show you guys that, and not bore you with me scrubbing shit for an hour. What you do with these is, what some people do is literally take the can and just put it in there. And just spray it just to clean out the insides. People also recommend taking a, compressed air, and also blowing it through there. Me, I use these things. So just the brushes to kind of really get the grime off on the outside. And then this kit came with this, which is a set of very fine needles at all sorts of sizes. So you gotta just find the right one. I'm thinking this is probably the right size. And they're a bit ribbed, so you can definitely scrub on the inside. Now be careful because these things are brass, and it'll probably be very easy to just completely mess them up with something harder like steel. So do be careful. Yeah, on this one there's a bunch of that like green grime that brass has. Yeah, so just do that. The little holes, I think those were kind of the smallest on here. And I mean, it's the smallest, like it's very tiny. I don't know if you guys can even see that. But essentially you take that and you can just poke it straight through, clean those out. Super useful kit. I'll put a link to in the description to it. Bought it on Amazon. It was like 10-15 bucks, something like that. Super useful. Otherwise, I have no idea how you would, like, you'd probably need like a piece of wire or something to clean these holes out. Yep, and then there's one final one on the side. Yeah, so you go through that like that. You give it another spray on the outside with this. A little bit more brushing. And your main jet is more or less clean. Now, obviously it's not super shiny and yellow. For that, you probably need to soak it into some solution, but for now, it's actually good for use. I'll probably soak it. The other jet, this one's a bit more tough because on this particular case, the hole in it that goes down the center is actually really, really small. So spraying through will actually blow stuff out. But my needle kit is actually not small enough to go through this guy. So that might be a problem, but that being said, I did manage to clean it. Like, thankfully these were not like completely like clogged up with like hard residue that just you can't get out. So yeah, pretty much that's kind of what you do. Just rub down this thread a little bit with this brush, just to get it nice and like degrimed. And then use this stuff again. But this one, like I said, because it's so tiny, it's really the smallest needle that's the only useful one. Pretty hard to separate them with gloves on. Yeah, so again, we take it and we go through the little side holes. I said, this one, really the hole is far too small for this needle to go through. But you can just try to clean out some of the stuff. And yeah, I don't see anything through it now. But don't lose it. But yeah, so once you've cleaned that up, you pretty much put everything back together. With this particular carb set, I'm definitely gonna have to take a look at the instructions to setting up all these linkages, such that the main throttle actually pulls all of them. And yeah, and then I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do with this guy. That needs a thorough cleaning as well. Whether or not I'm gonna cap it directly up here or further up where the airbox actually, the plastic ends. Yeah. Alright guys, that was it for this video. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and make sure to click the little bell to get notifications when new videos become available. Also make sure to check out balconmoto.com, where I post articles with more pictures and descriptions of what actually took place in the last video. Also make sure to check me out on Instagram at balconmoto2018, where I post sneak peek images of things that I'm working on, inspirational pictures of different motorcycle builds from all around the world, and just generally keep up with me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.